Alright, here we are. You know who I am, you know what game it is, so let's just jump into it. Currently we have mined up 2-0, and so Mini's on his, his last legs. Saw carriers in the last game, and so yeah, could have worked. Came down to that one attack. He did a good attack on the fourth, but somehow or another he found himself between a rock and a hard place, and he chose to go the wrong direction. So alright, game 3, Blue Storm. Upper right position, the red Terran, we have Mind. And on the bottom left, the yellow Protoss Mini. And Blue Storm. So Blue Storm has that really wide open natural. It can be favorable to pretty much whoever rushes. And I say that because, if a Terran rushes, they put their tanks, around the corner where they're protected by like this really long wall and this narrow choke. So it's super annoying. And then as a Protoss, it's, if you go slightly farther, you take the wide ramp, it can actually be pretty wide open. Oh, so we have an SCV versus Probe War. That's interesting, you don't see that very often. Of course, the SCV is not trying to kill the probe, it's just trying to deny scouting. And it's doing a pretty good job. Of course, as far as, who's going to win, it really comes down to the micro. Oh, probe almost gets through. So the SCV has more health, but the probe is ranged and can regen. So, SCV's going for it. Probe tries to sneak around. So the SCV's getting low on health. The probe just has to wait a few more seconds to regen the shield so it can go back into combat. And this is actually pretty interesting. Oh! SCV's down 2 hits left. Probe could win. Probe could win. Probe's got more HP and it's gaining more. And it's got range. Oh! SCV goes down! Yeah. Probe's like, hey, I can do that again. I'm going to take down the next SCV I see. But yeah, if he tries that, he's going to get... Yeah, up. Probe gets stuck. He's got to run. Alright, so we saw the anti-zealot positioning there. First Marine's going to pop out, going to chase away the probe, probably kill it since it's low on HP already. Oh, but the probe with the jukes! With the jukes! Oh! Oh, but... Wow. Probe's like, no, I'm going back in. I can take it. I'm a man. He's not. I'm telling you, he's not. Probe's gonna die real soon. But there's a zealot on the way. Oh, with the jukes! With the jukes! There's a zealot. Oh, Marines have to fire on the zealot, so the probe might get away. Oh no, jerk! That jerk Marine from behind specifically targeted the probe rather than the zealot, even though everyone knows he should have been firing on the zealot at that time. Mr. Jerk Marine. Alright, so we got 2 zealots out. I don't think they're going to be able to do anything. There's a nice little, like, pseudo-bunker with the barracks and 2 supply depots where the Marines can get in and get out real easy, but the zealots can't. So, and the factory didn't get denied, so if he ever feels threatened, he can just build a vulture and instantly kill all the zealots. But yeah, that probe, that was a manly probe. That was a Reach probe. I don't know if I ever told you guys the legend of Reach, but I'm sure some of you or most of you know it. I think the Kakaru just got sniped by those Marines. That's kind of BM. But yeah, so Reach, he... So let's put it this way. You've seen some Korean pro gamers, probably. If I had to describe them, I would describe them as being, not the most physically gifted. I mean, of course, at Brood War, they're awesome. But, as far as, like, regular sports, just general height, basketball-type things... Not the greatest. But then there was this guy by the name of Reach, who, to say he was good, or to say that he was a man, he wasn't just a man, he was the man. Alright, so we have a hidden zealot. Call him a manlot just because of the whole part where he snuck by all the Terran defenses and is now punching SCVs in the face. But yeah. So of course Reach, the Mantos, he didn't take into that whole, oh, we're Koreans, we're good at esports, that means we can't be good at other sports. He just said no. So he grew to be pretty much just a scary guy. I mean, he was by the age of 14, he was shaving, and he was about 6 feet tall. He was, by all indications, he was just huge. And so, of course, seeing him versus all the other Korean kids, once again, he was a sight to see. And I mean, his powers only grew from there. I mean, he started, becoming able to fly, and he saved South Korea from North Korea several times, personally. And but it was pretty crazy. I mean, if you ever watched him play StarCraft, he'd start out on a map like Blue Storm, and by the end of the game, he would have expanded to several other maps, including Fighting Spirit and Circuit Breaker. He was, by all means, he was like, if Koreans had a Chuck Norris, it would be Reach. I mean, if Chuck Norris had a Chuck Norris, it would be Reach. But it just got to the point where none of the other Koreans could play against him. So just to keep the sport of Brood War alive, Reach decided to retire, and he actually became a coach. I think he was for KT. And so he passed some of his brilliance on to Flash, and that was really when Flash, started becoming good, when Reach started helping him out. So yeah, so back to the game, we saw that manly zealot punching SCVs in the face, and it just made me think of Reach, just the manliness of that zealot. We've got a nice little wall at the top of the high ground for Mini. Got marauding goons on the map trying to clear out the mines and the vultures. On the other side, Mind is just turtling a bit. Completely normal. I mean, he'd love to take another gas base, but the nearest gas base is either across the high ground at the 12 o'clock or in the bottom right corner. So neither one is all that good for him. On the other hand, Mini, he's already taken his third. It's a mineral only, but he doesn't care. Goons aren't excessively gas heavy. So he's got 2 gas, so he can currently produce goons consistently from six gateways, which is a lot. And then, if he's also producing possibly some zealots. So, alright. Yep, not too much happening. Got a surprising number of Goliaths out this early. I guess he's expecting some kind of a drop shenanigans. Third base going down for Mind. He's building it in his main because he's a fraidy cat. No, he's doing that because he's only got... How does he only have 2 tanks? Yeah, I guess because he got all those really early Goliaths out, he's still only got 2 tanks. Wait, he's not... No, he's on 2 factories. Alright, 2 more factories going down. And it looks like the third base for Rini is getting close to be done. And we are seeing some probes being transferred in. And gateways 4 through 6. So those goons, they really didn't like that vulture. So they literally ran by it just to make sure the vulture couldn't run away before firing on it. Which of course is a nice thing to do if your opponent is not necessarily paying the closest of attentions. Alright, and we have a Stargate going down. Oh, it's just the Templar Archives. So of course if you see a Stargate by itself, it's a possibility that we get the awesomeness that is carriers. But with the Templar Archives, it can only mean one thing, and of course it's Arbiters. Nope. Bad idea. Pull the goons back. Pull the goons back. Nope, he's going for it. Is he gonna get... Wow, the goons really outnumber the tanks. Alright, there were 5 tanks, now there's 2 tanks, now there's 1 tank. And there's still like 8 goons left. There's a mine. Looks like he actually tried to mine drag it, but wow, there's no defense. There is no defense! Walk in! He can literally walk into the Terran base. I guess he was waiting for an observer. But there's no tanks. There's vultures with mines. But oh, that was a nice mine. But yeah, so it's, I mean, the SCVs are going to come off the line and they're going to do really good against goons. Yeah, with those SCVs it looks like he is going to hold. But yeah, that... Oh, but we got more goons from behind. Where'd the observer go? Alright, ooh, so one goon is going to sacrifice himself to clear out the mines. Oh, if those goons can close with the tanks. They can't close... Oh, how... What? I think that goon just got, like, glitched closer to the tank there. Comsat station... Oh! That was awesome! Oh, man. Oh, man, that was awesome. That mine drag. He had observer, he saw the mine, he pulled it in while the SCVs were repairing the tank, so in addition to the tank going down, like, 8 SCVs went down. Oh, man, that is, pimp his play. Oh, pimp his play. So, alright, so we're up to 4 tanks now. But, they're being scouted by the observer. And there are some goons, so if the goons get frisky, they could just run in there when the tanks are unsieged and throw down. But alright, no, it's the other way around. The goons were firing on the command center trying to prevent the third, and they took some needless damage. And it's just going to get repaired. SCV's already trying to repair it, but he can't seem to catch up with it. Alright, 6 factories. So SCVs got pulled, so they're no longer mining gas of the natural. I don't think that's right. I think that's a mistake. He needs to transfer the SCVs back to it. Of course, he does have enough command centers to remake SCVs pretty rapidly. He hasn't remade the Comsat station at his natural yet, it looks like. Maybe he's making SCVs there, but, you know, worth noting. 4th base has gone down for Mini at the top left position. And, yeah, probes are already there. It's already saturated. Terran upgrades seem to be a bit behind this game. He's currently only at 1 attack. Protoss, on the other hand, has... I don't know what upgrades, I can't see. Could you click on one? No, not the Nexus. Click on a unit. There we go. Protoss also has +1 attack. Alright, so 3rd base is... I'd say it's defended, but it's not really. Alright, so SCVs have been transferred back to the gas. So on that entire time, he's only had 1 gas. So, he's probably got a bit extra minerals. What? What just... So mine just GG's out of no particular... I mean, yeah, he was behind, but that was odd. Okay, so so without being attacked, mine gives the game to to Mini. All right, so let's move on to